and saying, hey, that's a great idea. And all of a sudden the product's on the market, and this guy says, hey, that was my idea. All of Mark Zuckerberg and the twins that actually ended up getting $50 to $100 million, I think, from him for claiming that was their idea.
Yes.
So documentation is probably as important or more important than the actual contract or the discussion you see. Am I off base there?
Not really. If you and I have a conversation, and then I go back and I document what I interpret the conversation to have been, and we go back and argue about what the conversation was, the only thing we can rely upon is my documentation.
Yes.
So the conversation really didn't happen other than what was in the documentation. And as I explained earlier, if in your documenting process, and these are, I know that in business is conversation. Business is relationships and conversations, and it's ongoing and it's never ending, day long. But there are significant moments that we all recognize where something big is going on here, and we need to stop, pause, and put it in writing. When we create that writing, then what we need to do to protect ourselves, in my opinion, is you forward that writing on to the person you had the conversation with and say, this is what I interpreted our understanding to be today. Can you give me your, if I'm wrong, please let me know where I'm wrong.
Big key. Now this is a huge key. It's just one-sided documentation. You really, and it's good, but you really have to get that approved by the other party.
Well, and then we go back, I put the lawyer hat on, because later on, if you're arguing about, what was the understanding, and I have a document in front of me that says this is what the understanding is, if I'm wrong, please, if I misunderstood,
sure,
please let me know,
sure,
and you never responded, I have to assume it was correct. The negative inference of your failure to respond was, this is the accurate resuscitation of the terms, the agreements, whatever.
So, document, file it under documentation or whatever, and make sure you don't lose it, because you just never know down the road. I did have something similar to that happen to me, where we brought out a product, and one of the salesmen that I had in Georgia, as a matter of fact, said, hey, that was really my idea. I should be on the patent and all that kind of stuff. And we ended up, there was no problem. He was a stand-up guy. And it was me not communicating effectively with him, saying, we already have that idea.
Right. Trying to be polite and just
yes,
say, oh, that's great. But
yes,
you had prior art, as they call it in the industry.
We did.